Good morning, all of you. I am Dr. Alok Agrawal, and I am here to take your next class on internal combustion engine having code ME501. So today's topic of discussion is heat balance sheet, and this is the last topic of your unit number 1. Okay, so let's start with heat balance sheet. So we have seen that the performance of IC engine is generally given by heat balance sheet. So to evaluate the performance of IC engine, how IC engine is working, how much energy is getting converted, how much useful energy we are taking from the combustion of fuel. All the things are come under the category of performance of IC engine. So to evaluate the performance of IC engine, we used to draw heat balance sheet, or we has to calculate the different parameters or different things to draw the heat balance sheet. Okay, so energy supplied to to an engine is the calorific value of the fuel consumed. Suppose an engine consumed 1 kg of fuel in a given time, and the calorific value of fuel is 40,000 kilojoule per kg. So what will be the total amount of energy consumed by the engine? It is like 40,000, because 1 kg is the amount of fuel, mass of fuel, and after burning 1 kg of fuel, the fuel will deliver energy of 40,000 kilojoule. So energy supplied to the engine is equal to the calorific value of the fuel consumed. Okay, but it has been seen that, because we have seen a lot of thermal efficiencies are there, indicated thermal efficiency are there, mechanical efficiency are there. So the energy supplied by the fuel is not completely converted into useful work. So some amount of energy, or a main part of energy, is getting converted in some other form, and we are using a small amount of useful energy from the total energy supplied by the uh, fuel. Okay, so we have to calculate that what how, from where the all these energies are getting distributed, the energy supplied by the fuel, in which are the various parts the energy is getting distributed. Okay, so this is called heat balance sheet. So the main component of heat balance sheet are, means the amount of energy generated by fuel is divided mainly into brake power, which is the output of the engine, heat equivalent to the effective work of the engine. This is the output that we are getting in terms of brake power. Second, heat rejected in the cooling medium. As the engine works, cooling medium is required, and a part of energy, a part of heat is getting rejected into the cooling medium. So we have to total among the total part of energy that we have, the fuel is generated, a part of energy is consumed by the cooling medium. Again, some amount of heat is carried away by the engine with the exhaust gases, because we have seen that exhaust gas also has some thermal energy. So a part of energy is also getting away from the engine through the exhaust gas. And apart from this, what are the remaining things are there, which come under the category of unaccounted losses. Okay, so these are the four main parts where the energy generated by the fuel is getting consumed. That is brake power, that is engine output, heat ejected to the cooling medium, heat carried away by the exhaust gases, and unaccounted losses. Okay, so the unaccounted losses, what is this unaccounted losses? It includes the losses that, like radiation losses, because it is a radiation is associated with temperature, and when combustion phenomena occur, temperature of the system is increased. So because of that high temperature, there will be definitely loss due to radiation. Again, there are various part of the engine and heat loss due to incomplete combustion as well. Okay, so there are all these come under the category of unaccounted losses. So after calculating the energy used in uh, engine output, heat energy rejected to the cooling medium, and heat energy carried away by the exhaust gas, the remaining energy we consider as a unaccounted losses. Okay, so this is the theory of heat balance sheet. We will solve a numerical, and it will be more clear with that numerical, that how the heat balance sheet can be prepared. So let's move into the problem. So a lot of things are given, like the following result have were obtained in the test of a engine. When we perform a test in an engine, gas engine, the following result are there. Like gas used is 0.16 meter cube per minute. This is in volume per minute. Gas usage of gas is given. Again, calorific value of fuel is given in megajoule per meter cube. Density of gas is given. Air used 1.5 kg per minute. Specific heat of exhaust gas is given. Room temperature is given 20 degrees centigrade. Temperature of exhaust gas is given 400 degrees centigrade. Cooling water per minute means the rate of flow of water per minute is 6 kg per minute. Specific heat of water is given 4.18. This is also known to us. Rise in temperature of cooling water means when the cooling water is getting inside the engine and when it is coming out, there will be a rise of 30 degrees centigrade in the temperature of the cooling water. Indicated power is given 12.5 kilowatt and brake power is given 10.5 kilowatt. So what it has been asked? It has been asked to draw a heat balance sheet for the test on per hour basis. Means when we will run the engine for 1 hour, on the basis of that we have to draw heat balance sheet. So we have already seen that what are the various things that we are required. We require what is the total amount of energy that is getting supplied to the engine and how the energy is distributed in various activities. We have to do that only. Okay, so let's start. Heat supplied at NTP, that is equal to MF into CV into 60, because we are talking about kg per hour. Okay, so this is in minute. 0.16 is in minute, so to convert it in hour we have to multiply it by 60. MF into CV, when we'll do 0.16 meter cube per minute into 14 into 10 to power 3 kilojoule per meter cube will be cancelled and we will get kg per minute. Now this kg per minute is to be converted into kg per hour, so we are multiplying it by 60. So we are getting 0.16 into 14,000 into 60. So total we are getting this much amount of energy, that is 134400 kilojoule per hour of energy is getting generated by the fuel when it burns in 1 hour. Okay, is it clear? Now next is heat equivalent to brake power. So heat equivalent to brake power it is given 10.5 kilowatt. What is this watt? Joule per second. So here it is, here it is kilojoule per second. What means kilojoule? We can write it as a kilojoule per second, but here we are taking heat supplied as kilojoule per hour. So again we have to convert this kilojoule per second into kilojoule per hour. So to convert this kilojoule per second into kilojoule per hour, we have to multiply it by 3600. Means first 60 for converting it in kilojoule per minute, and again by multiplying by 60 to convert it in kilojoule per hour. So we are multiplying it like this: 10.5 into 60 into 60, we will get 37800 kilojoule per hour of brake power it is generating. Okay, so heat equivalent to brake power, first part is over. Next is heat lost in cooling medium. We know that it is given that the water has a specific heat of 4.18 and the rise in temperature of water is 30 degrees centigrade. So the amount of heat lost in cooling medium can easily be calculated as mCp dt delta T. Again, m is taken as 6. It is kilojoule per kg per minute. Cooling water per minute it is given, so it is kg per minute. Cp is given 4.18. Rise in temperature T of water out minus T water in is given 30 degrees. So this will come in kilojoule per minute. So again we have to convert it in kilojoule per hour, because in problem only it is said that you have to calculate the things in per hour basis. So again we have to multiply it by 60 for converting it from kg per minute to kg per hour. So we will get 45144 kilojoule per hour amount of heat energy is getting lost in the cooling medium. Okay. Next is mass of gas used. Next, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate that the energy taken away by the exhaust gas. So for evaluating this, we have to do this, that it is given mass of gas used. So it is given 0.16 is the volume of gas used. When we multiply this volume by density of gas, we will get mass of gas used. Okay. So we will get mass of gas used by 0.16 into 0.65. So we are getting 0.104 kg per minute. Again, it is coming in per minute. So this much is the amount of gas that is used by the engine in per minute. Okay. Again, mass of air used is 1.5 kg per minute. So mass of gas used and mass of air used we are getting. So exhaust gas will be the combination of this thing, both things. Exhaust gas, when this gas will burn, mass according to law of conservation of mass of the gas will remain same. Okay, so this much gas will be converted into, when combined with this much air, is converted into exhaust gas. So total amount of exhaust gas will be mass of gas used plus mass of air used. So total mass of exhaust gas will be the summation of both the values, that is gas used and air used. So we will get 1.604 kg per minute is the total amount of exhaust gas per minute. Okay. So heat carried away by the exhaust gas. Here it is given that the temperature of the exhaust gas is 400 and room temperature is 20. Means air is at, initially it is at 20 degrees centigrade, and after exhaust gas, after combustion, the temperature of the air will become 400 degrees centigrade. Okay. So there will be a rise of temperature of 380 degrees centigrade. So here we have to do this. This is the mass of exhaust gas that we have just calculated, 1.604. Specific heat is given 1 of exhaust gas, 1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Again, rise in temperature is 400 degree is the temperature of exhaust gas and 20 degree is the room temperature. So this is the rise in temperature. And again, this all the things is coming in meter, minute, kilojoule per minute. So to convert it in kilojoule per hour, we are multiplying it by 60. So finally, heat carried away by the exhaust gas is 36571.2 kilojoule per hour. So this is the amount of heat carried away by the exhaust gas in per hour basis. So to calculate the account of loss, what we have to do, this much is the energy generated by the fuel, and these are the three things that we are calculating: that brake power, energy equivalent to brake power, energy carried away by cooling motor, and energy carried away by exhaust gas. So when we sum this and we will subtract this from the total energy supplied by the fuel, we will get unaccounted loss. Okay, so this is very simple. So we are getting unaccounted losses as 14,884.2 kilojoule per hour. So the solution part is over. Now we have to tabulate it in the form of table so that we can say that we have drawn heat balance sheet. So it consists of two parts. One is input. The energy is input by the combustion of fuel. So heat supplied by the fuel is 134400 kilojoule on per hour basis. So here we have to write per hour so that we are not supposed to write again and again unit here. So it is like this. Okay. It is 1,34,400 kilojoule per hour energy is given by the fuel. Now the right hand side will be the distribution of this total energy. So heat equivalent to brake power, we have already calculated 37,800. Heat loss to cooling medium is 45,144. Heat loss to exhaust gas, just we have calculated 36,571.2 kilojoule per hour. And unaccounted losses is 14,884.8 kilojoule per hour. So again, obviously this will come out to be total heat supplied, because we have calculated this accounted loss like this only. So obviously it will be same, but we have to represent this in the form of table to draw the heat balance sheet. Okay. So this is how the problem of heat balance sheet is solved. I hope it is very much clear to you. So this much is for heat balance sheet. Thank you very much. In next class, we will start our next unit. Thank you.